guys, so I haven't done a heart-to-heart video in a little bit of time, and I wanted to do this video because one of my subscribers, or somebody who watches me on YouTube, his name is Eddie, emailed me, and he wrote about something that is very dear to my heart and maybe a little bit different than what you see in a normal beauty channel. Hi Daisy, my name is Eddie and I'm currently a sophomore at Brown. He is a applied math econ at Brown, which screams investment banking consulting, but he's not sure if he wants to go down those routes. He feels a lot of pressure from his parents and school environment to pursue those routes because they make they're the jobs that offer a lot of opportunity. He's feeling pretty lost, unmotivated to do anything, and even when he's searching for an internship, he doesn't really know what to do. Should I be productive over winter break? What should I apply for? And he says, watching your video gave me a glimmer of hope in the future that my problems will be solved. Really touching because it's something that I have had to deal with, and even today I still have to deal with, which is parents' expectations of you, and being, you know, I'm Asian, I'm Chinese American, I am somebody who, you know, I grew up with this kind of culture and this kind of success mentality. And, you know, I was always that nerd in high school, and I always studied really, really hard. I'm such a hard worker. I probably work harder than really a lot of people in the world. And I wanted to, and I did it because I felt almost guilty that my parents have sacrificed so much for me to come to this country, and I wanted to do what I thought would put me in the best shoes for my future. So I did. I studied really hard in high school and in college, and I was able to get a job that was a pretty good job out of college and would provide me a paycheck, an assigning bonus, and a year-end bonus, and all that kind of stuff. And it was a corporate job, and when I was in it, I just felt like my heart wasn't really in it. I felt like I couldn't see myself doing what the people at the top were doing. And at 22, 23 years old, when I was there, I couldn't see it. You know, I couldn't see it. And I decided to quit, and it was a very, very, very scary journey of trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to do, and if it were the right thing for me to stay in that environment, because I worked so hard to get there, and I put all my effort into trying to get that job and career. And then when I got there, I was like, well, it's not really what I want. And to your advice, or to anybody, any Asian kid out there who is really, you know, trying to do well in school and, you know, suffering through that, I would say you should always have passions and hobbies on what you like to do. For me, making YouTube videos, my first one was 5-6 years ago, and I've always super been into beauty products. I love being a girly girl, and I'm always like that, and I've always been, and I'm really glad that I was able to pursue my passion in some kind of way, even though I didn't like major in beauty, or I didn't major in marketing or whatever. I was able to watch YouTube videos and create content around it, and I feel like that is something that I've loved to do, and I still love to do it even 6 years later. And you know, if it's something where, and if you don't know what you're passionate about, it's okay. Don't force a passion. Just do what it is that you like to do. What is it that you like to do when you're not studying, when you're procrastinating? What do you procrastinate on? Do you watch sports? Do you do this? Do you do that? Like, what is it? And you know, if you don't really know what you're passionate about, and if you don't really know what you want to do, I think going into investment banking is a great choice. If you can, you know, suffer through it for a year or two, I think it's a great choice, because you're young, you have no obligation, you have no social life, you can probably bang out, you know, 80-hour work weeks and make a good deal of money so that you can have financial stability or have the freedom to pursue whatever it is you want to pursue. You know, I don't think it's so black and white, like, oh, you know, if you're gonna go into investment banking, it's gonna be the rest of your career, because a lot of people quit after 3 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever. A lot of people quit, and if it's not what you want, then don't think you're like tied to that, you know. So I think if you are, you know, somebody who's trying to struggle with what you want to do, you have no idea, and you're in this like Ivy League route of trying to go down this path that everyone else is going towards, then you know, if you have no other option, then great, go for it. You know, learn a little bit at a big company, you know, work a lot, you know, prove yourself there. But on the other hand, if you do know what you want to do, and even if you are passionate, I would say definitely go out and do it. Go out and pursue that dream, whatever it is, if you know what it is. And I'm really fortunate that I found my love for, you know, beauty. And it's not even beauty, it's empowering other people. It's having creative control over a brand. It's being able to work for myself on my own terms. And I'm really fortunate that I discovered that at a young age, because I can take the risk of doing it right now because I don't have a family to support and I don't have, you know, huge obligations in my life. You know, I don't have like 10 years of student loans to have to pay off. So I'm able to do it and I'm able to take the risk, and I'm really, really glad because it's made me resilient and it's made me not afraid of anything because I am so young. So I think it depends on, you know, priorities, financial priorities, circumstances. I am so lucky that my family's financial circumstance is not at a point where we're really struggling for me to work a certain kind of job. I have friends and I know of people whose families are really struggling, and you know, they have to work at a job that they might not like because they have to be able to help their parents out and things like that. And you know, it's not fair. It's not fair that I am in this situation and they're in that situation, and I get it. I'm reminded of it every day, and I'm so lucky to be in a place where I have the financial freedom in order to pursue my dreams. But not everybody has that, and it's okay that not everybody has that, because that's just the way life is. Life is not always fair. But I am just so blessed, and I don't know if you can hear it in my voice or in my eyes, but I am so happy that every single morning and every single minute of my working hours, which is basically from, you know, 24 hours a day, that I get to do what I genuinely, absolutely love to do. You know, you kind of think to yourself, do I love this person or do I love this thing? And this is what love is. This is me being so excited and so excited to do these things, go to events, talk about derma rollers, and, you know, talk about YouTube and think of video ideas and edit and send emails to people. Like, I love it so much. And I am so thankful that I am able to do what I love and create money from it. And yeah, it's not a lot. I would probably be making more if I were working at an investment bank. But I feel like for my life, it's more important for me to spend time doing what I love and being in the zone, being in the flow of things, than to hate my life doing something that I just feel like I'm not contributing to. And you know, people want different things. Some people want, you know, security, financial security. They want to buy a house and they want to be able to have a family and do all that, and that's great. So maybe you can't take those risks that you can when you're younger. And then other people, they want to find happiness in their work. They want to find meaning. Some people want to find creativity, you know, some people want to find meaning, some people want to find control. It all kind of depends what your personality type is and how you can best create a job or a situation that's best suited for you. You know, what I'm doing is best suited for you. So for me, what I'm doing is definitely not easy. Don't ever think it's easy. Starting something from nothing is ridiculously hard. You have to throw yourself in it 150%, and it's going to impact your social and personal life as it has for me. And that is kind of the trade-off that, you know, I've had to make, because I know that what is most important to me is being able to do something that I have control over and that I absolutely love and am willing to throw my life in for. Not throw my life in for, but throw the hours of my life into. But not everybody wants it. Some people just want like a 9-to-5, and they just want, you know, stability, and they want to have that life, and that's fine and that's okay. And so I think, you know, what you can do, and I think what the best thing you can do when you're young is just to kind of figure out what kind of person you are, what kind of personality you have. If you like working for a big company, if you don't like working for a big company, if you're a creative person or a logic person. And I think the best way to tell what that is figure out what it is that you'd like to do when you procrastinate, or figure out what you've loved to do when you were younger. When I was younger, when I was like 10 years old, I would stand in front of the mirror, and this was before they had YouTube and laptops, and like like, you know, like you could not upload a video back then. But I remember I would stand in front of the mirror and I would put makeup on myself, and I would actually show people how to put makeup on, and I would start talking into the mirror. And that is kind of the core essence and personality of who I am, and that is kind of why still, you know, 15 years later, I'm still that same person, and I've always been that way. And you know, that's kind of, I'm really glad I figured that out when I was young. You know, obviously there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of hardship there. It's not easy. I think anybody who is on YouTube and is successful and is able to have a full-time income from it is very, very smart and hardworking, because, you know, creating that out of nothing is ridiculously tough, because there's so many, you know, beauty gurus on there, and there's only, you know, a few who can actually make it to where their income is supplied by YouTube, you know. You know, and also with things like Banish Acne Scars line that I've created, it is not easy. I'm working all the time. I cannot take vacation. I have not taken a vacation for 2 years because I cannot be gone one day, because somebody has to be there to help ship things out, you know? And so there's obviously a lot of struggle in it, but there's obviously, you know, not perfection in any job. There's not perfection in any career, because it is a give and take. But I find that what I do is so fulfilling, and I love it so much that I'm willing, you know, to not take vacation. I'm willing to work all the time on it because I simply truly love it. And I think when you truly love it, you won't mind, you know, putting in those hours of the work for it. And I think that's when you know it's called love. So thank you all so much for the questions. And if you have a heart-to-heart question you'd like to ask, please put it in the link below. Or thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.